Alright, so who's going to give of their blood to open this door labeled 3 points of light?
I'll do it this time.
Will give of their flesh.
So yeah, I'll go collect the rest of the group.
Sure.
By this point, Mahogany is posing with everyone's weapons.
Get out of there.
Oh,
Yeah,
look at me! I'm a mighty wizard.
Mahogany, that's a spell focus. It doesn't actually do anything.
Oh, I know what a spell focus is.
Right, you open this door, and the hallway beyond is dark. You see that it's made of the same kind of marble work as the rest of the dungeon. You can see from where you're standing. Actually, do you have dark vision?
No, but anytime I come across a place where it's too dark, I can just put up a light.
Well, that's the thing. You can't hear. As soon as you open the door, the little anglerfish dangly bit coming off your head is doused. It no longer gives off light.
Huh.
Does
Let me take
anybody
point, then.
who does... Yeah.
Liberation is dark vision, so Liberation can take point.
Okay. So yeah, Liberation, as you take point in going through the door, you can see it still has the various sculptures and carvings in the wall that you've become accustomed to. You still see names carved along the staircase leading down deeper into the hallway. And what's particularly unsettling here is that your peripheral vision seems to be playing tricks on you. When you look directly at one of these frescoes in the wall, it looks like the same kind of angelic imagery as you're used to seeing. But when you look away and focus your attention elsewhere, out of your peripheral vision, the thing becomes more twisted and horrifying. Same thing with the names on the stairs. You can swear, when you're not focused on them, looking straight at them, that they run back and forth along the stairs like water, that they move like skittering insects.
I'd like to try something real quick, Brickroad.
Yes, sir.
I'd like to cast Shillelagh on my staff and then kind of like push it through the doorway.
Okay.
Does the Shillelagh drop?
Any light source given off by the Shillelagh is doused, but the other effects of the Shillelagh spell are not.
All right.
So you still get the benefits of it being a magic weapon, etc., but it doesn't give off any kind of glow.
All right. In that case, how many can I give this to? I'm going to give myself Dark Vision from the spell Dark Vision.
Okay.
Does it work when I step through?
Yes, as soon as you cast the spell, you can see in there.
Then I'm going to... who doesn't have Dark Vision?
Right.
I don't. Nath.
Oh, really? Nothing. Okay.
You also have
Kelian?
Zook with you. Let me get Zook back.
Kelian does.
Well, I mean, Zook doesn't need to see. And also, he doesn't even have a token on this screen.
He does. I just gave him one. Here he is.
All right, I'll give Riot, Nath, and does Zook have Dark Vision?
Yeah, he's a gnome. He's got dark vision.
All right, I'll give Riot and Nath Dark Vision as well.
Do you have Zook's step lock open? To whoever is relevant?
I think McDohl was controlling Zook.
Yeah, I just have to make sure I have that open.
McDohl.
How long does dark?
There it is.
How long does dark vision last?
Also,
8
he's
hours.
still
Dark
at
Vision
5 hit
spell,
points.
8 hours.
Oh, okay.
Also, he is still at 5 hit points.
Yeah, I was about to say, does anyone want to take a 1 minute rest here?
That's not a thing in this edition. Sure.
It is when Riot's around. So Riot casts Aura of Vitality.
Okay. Yeah, because
think-
Zook was reduced to 0 hit points in
Yeah.
this encounter.
We never did heal Zook. Let's see here.
Bodact.
Zook got Bodak.
It's fine. He's not.
I had taken a lot of damage, but strangely, it all seems to have disappeared.
3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19, 20. Okay. Oh, nice. That's going to be 119.
Nice.
Zook needs 155 of it.
Well, he's not going to get all of it. I'm going to give him 80.
I have taken no damage, so... Who has taken damage?
I've
Riot's taking
taken
a little.
25.
Kelian's down a little, but he's still good.
Liberation's taking a bit too. Liberation take 20 or
Let's top up all of our actual player characters first.
Okay, yeah, that's a good idea. So Nath, you need 25.
Yeah, 20 is fine.
Take 20.
Liberation could use 20.
Yeah, hang on. Don't talk. I'm doing math. Sorry,
It's very hard. We get it.
yeah. Okay, so I had 119. I got 20 to Nath. Now I'm at 99. Liberation, what do you need?
20.
Okay,
Could do it.
now we're at 79. I need, let's call it 10. I'm gonna give myself 10.
Nice.
Now we're at 69. Anyone
Nice.
else need anything?
Nice.
I'm good.
Sorry.
Everyone good? All right, then
Zook
Zook gets the
a
rest.
lot.
Wait, hold up.
No.
If we're gonna give him that health, I need McDohl right now to give me his best Zook voice. Nice.
Nice.
And can I just say that make a great bumper sticker? Shut up, I'm doing math. All right, so everybody has dark vision then.
Mhm.
Sure.
Okay. So what's next?
Alright. Start creeping around the corridor.
The whole group of you?
Yeah.
Everybody who has dark vision needs to make me a wisdom saving throw.
Weird. Is that everyone? Why would that be the case?
Everybody.
It's everyone now.
It was just going to be Liberation and Zook, but hey.
That's odd. Why would that happen?
Is this, I have to ask, is this a spell?
No, it is not. I mean, it's a magical effect, but it's not specifically a spell.
Well, I mean, I just have spell resistance, so that's relevant. Okay.
Wisdom saving throw? Well, I'm good at that.
How does a 21 do? Actually,
Anybody
I'm sorry,
get under a
22.
15?
Anyone under what?
Under a 15?
I
Yeah,
have.
on.
right.
I'm
Right's under
spending
50.
a lucky token.
I got 14.
And nope and
Alright,
nope
I'm good
for
now.
Zook and Liberation.
As you are
want some
moving your
lucky
way
token?
down this hallway, I mean, at first it's just a trick of the dim light in the room, seeing out of your peripheral vision his horrific carvings on the wall. But as you make your way down the stairs and getting down towards the base of these stairs, the imagery becomes more horrific and depraved, and you find yourself constantly glancing at things to make sure that the horrible vision you're seeing off to the side isn't actually horrible. And when you do that, you take your focus away from the stairs you're walking down. You swear you can feel through your boots or your shoes the movement of the scratchings and names carved into the stairs. And then glancing down, you see that they're static. Anybody who failed that wisdom check, you are feared.
Okay.
By what?
So you've got disadvantage on ability checks and attack rolls as long as you're in this dark area. And you can't willingly move further along in this hallway. So the further anybody who failed this check can go is the base of the stairs.
Time out. I need to look at something real quick.
Yeah, you can just not do it anymore. You're good.
Well, no, I made the save, but if I remember right, I got a new thing. Let's see.
This is as far as we can go, Rick, you said?
Yeah, this
Oh,
this check
meant-
encompasses you guys getting to the base of the stairs down there. You've got this 20-foot
down.
stairway, so down here.
Okay. So we
And
can
once
go
you
to-
reach that point, you just can't go any further than this.
Okay.
I can burn a thing that I have for a long rest to take that away.
From everyone or just you?
No, just any one of my allies.
Okay, so
It's my new faction feature.
Did Mahogany make it?
I made it.
Did
I'm
Zook?
good.
Okay.
Zook did, yes.
Okay. So
So Riot.
Riot and Kelian and Nath, I think all.
No,
Nath
I
is
spent a lot
probably
of
the
time
most
on that.
useful person here.
Kelian made it.
Oh, I thought Riot was the only one who failed it.
Oh, Riot failed it. Wait, did Nath pass?
yeah, Nath failed. I got an 11.
Oh, then I would say go with Nath over the Riot. He's gonna be more useful, I think.
Okay, if you think so. Just try not to get hurt.
so you're leaving Riot here alone at the base of the stairs?
I mean, that seems like a bad plan. What? She can't move willingly closer?
Right. She can't bring herself to take another step at the base of these stairs. I mean, at this point, she's visibly sweating. She's mumbling to herself. She's shaking. It's kind of alarming. You're not sure you've ever seen Riot in this particular state
Is it
before.
something you can see, Riot? Like, does it help if you close your eyes?
I know it's there anyway. It doesn't help. Riot's trying to like string a guitar and trying to remember the words to her counter charm, but she can't.
So what's
Give me a
next?
second here.
Yeah, I guess I can remove the fear from Nath then.
One
But
second,
honestly,
let
I think one of us should none of us should be left alone here. Like that is the worst possible
I mean,
timeline.
personally, I mean, I did my part. I labeled the map Nightmares, and you guys all came down here anyway. So there's only so much complicity that I can have. And then Count Strahd shows up.
Oh no!
None of us are afraid of him, though.
He's a prime. Come on now.
We think we can
See
take
this
him.
hallway?
Hey, so who do you think who should stay behind to watch over Riot?
You know what? Don't use your feature. Go ahead and don't use your thing. I'll watch Riot.
Okay.
So the
That's
two of you
fair.
are going to stay here afraid?
Yeah.
I'm not staying here. I'm going in the other room.
You're going back. Well, by the time you get to the top, the gold door is closed again.
Oh, okay. Then I'm gonna just cower in the corner and keep my back to the wall and make sure nothing can get me.
Eyes open or closed?
Oh gosh.
Matt, you
Closed.
have an analytical mind.
Yeah.
Actually,
Close your eyes.
I'm gonna flip a coin because I can't. I'm literally trying to decide as Riot. Like, is it better if I can see everything that's horrible or if I can't?
Whereas
Fear
I
is
think Nath
completely-
is willing to do an experiment, so I'll just tell him to close his eyes.
Okay.
No,
That-
fear is a
that-
completely irrational response, but that doesn't mean I'm not casting Mordecai's Private Sanctum while we're waiting.
Fear is a completely rational response, he says, as he's unable to take a single step forward down this hallway.
Well, he
So those-
understands magical
this area.
enchantments.
That area I am starting to cast a Private Sanctum in.
Okay, let me just real quick triple check that that spell's going to go off without a hitch. So go ahead and draw which squares are going to be on the inside of your sanctum here. From that position, you're not going to have access to anything on the other side of that gold door, though.
Yeah.
Draw your squares.
Are you allowing sound to enter the area?
Yes.
Okay.
All the other modes, though. I think it was... Wait, isn't it sound leaving the area?
It says sound can't pass through the barrier at the edge of the warded area, so
Okay.
it's up to you whether or not sound
Yep,
can go in
it's
in or
two-way.
out.
Yeah, we'll allow sound and keep all the other modes.
Okay. And the rest of you, what's good with you?
Onward and downward.
Okay.
Let's move on.
As you leave just the fog of the private sanctum behind. Looking down this long hallway, same thing. You have dark vision, so you can see as though there's dim light. You see 3 doors, gold doors. 2 on your right-hand side, 1 on your left. Looking all the way down the hallway. Actually, you probably can't even see.
We can see as
Those
far
doors towards
as
the end.
1, 2,
Yeah, 6 of
3,
these
4,
tiles.
5. Yeah, right here.
But very faintly down beyond that. So you see the door off to your right, and then it's just kind of inky darkness. But very far in front of you.
Yep.
Difficult to tell how far away. You do see a pinpoint of light.
Do I see 3 of them?
No, just 1.
I say, all right, guys, let's go find those other 2. Where are we seeing the pinpoint of light?
Off in this direction, in this room here.
Yeah, let's go check it out.
Mahogany, stop there.
Well, where?
Right
Here or
there.
here?
Right there. Stepping over the threshold into this room 44, the marble floor that you've been walking on stops abruptly.
Well, that's less.
And looking into the room beyond, I would go ahead and clear this room, but I've got 4,000 D6 in the way. So,
Your fault for letting us get to this level.
I mean, I agree. That is entirely my bad.
Oops!
Oh,
It's too late. I've already seen everything.
well, we already have we have a map of the place.
Okay.
We have
There's
a
no
map of the upper
floor
floor.
in this room you're looking into. You see strange reflections on the floor, the walls, the ceiling, and looking more closely, like hunkering down and taking a look, what actually makes up the floor of this place are what looks like small glass orbs, maybe the size of a little bit larger than a baseball. Like, to comfortably hold it, you would have to pick them up with two hands, maybe. But they seem to just be suspended in this dark void. You don't see how deep the hole goes underneath you. You don't see how high above it extends. And actually, looking to your left at the walls here, just to your north and south, the walls are made of the same substance. Just these glass orbs suspended in the inky blackness at regular intervals. So there's maybe less than an inch or so in between each one.
That's weird. Let's keep going.
So you step into the room even though there's no floor?
I mean, yeah.
Okay. Are you just striding confidently?
Listen, Mahogany figures that it would be pointless to send him in here if he was going to just fall through the entire floor.
Okay.
So if he's going to fall, he'll just fall for a second, and then he'll turn into some sort of dumb winged animal.
Okay. At first, you take your first step into the room, and your first thought is, "Oh, I'm falling. I'm going to fall through this stupid floor, and I'll have to turn into
some kind of dumb winged animal,
bumblebee or something." But you realize while there's considerable give to the floor, you don't actually fall. You feel the orbs sink slightly beneath your weight. Feels kind of like you're walking on a waterbed.
Nice.
And
Mahogany bounces for a little bit.
So you start bouncing up and down?
Yeah.
Roll a dexterity saving throw. Too close to the sun, Icarus.
Liberation is just watching this.
Whatever, there's no factions anymore. I can be as sensate-like as I like. Let's get this going. Bam! Not too close now.
Walking into the room and just striding seems to be pretty safe. But when you start bouncing, when you start like hopping up and down, you realize that it's not as stable as you first thought. You managed to catch yourself, but without falling down. But you realize that your feet have displaced several of these orbs underneath you, so they're no longer at perfectly regular intervals. They've kind of slid away from your boot, leaving this small gaping hole down into the void.
Okay, liberation.
However, from that position, you do in fact see 3 points of light. One in the wall here, one in this corner here, and one in the corner here.
I know you're going to want to. You'd be crazy not to. But don't start bouncing on the orbs. It's important for me for you to say that you understand.
3 points of contact, everybody.
I don't know what that means. And Mahogany just starts walking towards this point of light.
Okay. And when you get close enough, you realize that this point of light is one of the orbs set into the wall. That's... It's not giving off very much radiance, but you can see just a point of white light in the front of the orb. Like, it actually has orientation to it. It's not in the center of the orb, it's on the surface facing out into the room. Other than that, the orb itself looks identical to the ones that you're walking on. What's Kelian doing back there?
Observing.
Just watching?
Mm-hmm.
He's thinking, oh wait, right, that's why we had Riot go in front. So this fucking Cypher didn't.
Now, Liberation said that he's comfortable taking point, but then suddenly Mahogany was, and he's not sure how that happened.
You were saying you were comfortable taking point, meanwhile Mahogany was taking point. I'm gonna try to spin one of these orbs.
Just one at random, or the one?
The one with the light.
The one with the light. And you reach out, and they're very cold to the touch. I mean, you're not going to get frostbite, but kind of like a refreshing kind of chill
Nice.
against your... Are you wearing gloves or just...
I'm wearing gloves.
Okay. And you can just feel the chill of it through your gloves. And you do. You give it a good spin. It's not like a fidget spinner. It's not like you just tap it and it starts
No,
spinning wildly.
I was wondering if the point of light would move as I moved the orb.
It does, in fact. And as you move it, that point of light kind of refracts through the orbs surrounding it as you move it left and right and up and down.
All right, let's pop this baby out of there.
So you just take it out?
Yeah.
Okay, and you're holding it, so now you have like a fist-sized hole in this orb wall, opening the void beyond.
Is the light coming from behind the wall, or is it coming from the orb?
Coming from the orb itself. Coming from the front face of the orb, in fact.
Nice. And I just kind of shine it around the room.
Okay.
Liberation's gonna not take Zook, and he's gonna go over to this here.
So check this out.
And you see something very similar to the orb Mahogany has. Just one of the orbs right at the corner has a pinpoint of light at the front face of it. I mean, the thing's not as Mahogany as you're like aiming it around. It doesn't give off much of a glow. It's not a flashlight.
It's like a laser pointer.
Not even, because you don't see this point of light radiating on faraway orbs.
Okay.
It's only when you're
that-
holding it close to the glass orbs next to it, you can see a slight refraction.
Liberation rotates the. Can he move the orb around in its recess?
Just in place. It's not in a recess. It's just hanging in empty space.
I'm going to turn it so that the light is pointing toward one of the orbs in that direction.
Which one? The one Mahogany's holding, or the one at the south corner?
The one where Mahogany is holding.
That's
So
difficult
up
because
in this
Mahogany is
direction.
spinning it and showing it off to Zook and hopping around a bit. But for
That
a
sounds
split
appropriate.
second, as you're trying to aim it towards Mahogany, for a moment, a ghostly beam of light appears between the two orbs, and it startles all of you because it's not blinding light. It's a very dim, wispy kind of will-o'-the-wisp swamp light kind of thing. But in this room of complete darkness, that radiance enough is to catch your attention.
That was rad as hell. Let's do that again.
And you turn the orb back towards Liberation, and you find as you hold it there, this ghostly beam connects the 2 points of light in the orbs for as long as you hold them facing each other. What's Kelian doing down there?
Alright, let's go to the third orb then.
Okay, and you find a glass orb similar to the ones that they have up there. Riot and Nath. Riot's eyes are open, but Nath's are closed.
Right.
Yeah.
Okay.
Riot is trying to play her counter charm spell, or song.
What's preventing her from doing it?
Basically, she is, but I'm just saying trying because she's not getting a chance to actually do another check.
Oh, okay.
Oh, you only get advantage when you do your next check.
Right.
Got it.
Okay.
It doesn't on itself break frightened.
Gotcha.
Nath, did anything cool happen when you did that blink test?
The what test?
Closing your eyes?
I mean, this is over the mind link, right? I mean,
Yeah.
I don't know. I haven't opened my eyes yet. I'm still in the middle of warding the area.
Alright, well, we found a cool light.
So Riot, sitting there trying to get your counter charm spell or song to work, the edges of the private sanctum that Nath has put up, they look like fog banks, essentially.
Yeah.
And looking through them, you see shapes down at the base of the stairs, off into the expanse of the hallway that you were not able to enter. And it's the same situation. You're not sure if there's actually something or somebody there, or if it's just your mind playing tricks on you. One moment you blink and shake your head, and they seem to vanish for a second. But then you look
Okay,
back
but I'm
over.
trying real hard not to blink.
Okay. So periodically, Nath has to just spritz your eyes with water. I know, as long as you stare intently, the more you stare, the more the shapes seem real. Looks like someone or something is congregating at the base of the stairs just outside of the private sanctum.
Nath, Actually, I guess I'm saying that over the mind link. Because, yeah, if I'm not having... If they can't hear me, then Riot is basically screaming, Nath! Nath! There's something down there!
Would prefer not to know about it. Can't get into the sanctum, hopefully. Assuming it moves extra dimensionally.
So you guys down here in the room playing with your orbs, you hear Riot screaming, echoing down the hallway.
Oh no, it'd be over the mind link.
Oh, okay. Okay.
Yeah, you guys Riot screaming directly into your brains.
Well, I mean, how is that different from you casting
I know,
any of your
it's-
spells?
Yeah, it's a thing. We get it.
So yeah, Kelian,
Right,
you
is
have
the Lady of
same-
Pain over there?
the same orb in the wall with a pinpoint of light in it. What do you
Yeah,
do?
and he's trying to form the triangle with the other two orbs.
Okay.
It's kind of difficult because Mahogany keeps trying to catch Zook in the beam of light.
Mahogany, focus.
Something cool might happen. We don't know.
Yeah, let's form a triangle.
Yeah, let's form a cool triangle.
Yeah.
All right. Zook takes 10 points of radiant damage.
All right, my bad, Zook.
As Kelian, you're trying to form a triangle, and you manage to get the pinpoint of light as Mahogany is chasing Zook around with it. For a moment, the pinpoint from your orb intersects with the ghostly beam stretching between Liberation and Mahogany's. And in that moment, the beam becomes blinding for a moment. Similar to the radiance from the central room with the 5 basins. And at that moment, Zook is caught in the beam, and he yelps as he gets singed by this bright light.
I imagine Zook looks very angrily at Mahogany.
I'll tell you what,
and
Zook.
says-
We'll call that one my fault.
Zook returns to the entrance of the room, not wanting to have any more Mahogany's bullshit.
And yeah, a little bit of experimentation. The two of you can create a ghostly beam with 2 orbs, and the third one can turn it into
A
an
death
incredibly
beam.
radiant beam. And when that happens, the entire room lights up, chases all of the shadows from the walls. You guys hunkered down in the private sanctum. Riot, you perceive this as just this strange ghostly illumination somewhere beyond the fog that seems to make the shadows even more frightening.
Hey guys, let's go burn the shit out of that stuff attacking Riot.
Yep.
And Mahogany, when you step back onto the marble stairs,
Man, everyone is moving so slow.
your hand is
Because we
stuck
knew this was coming.
as you try to
Yeah.
step out of the room holding the orb, but something physically is preventing it from moving along. This orb
Does it
cannot
make a
break the
noise
chain
if I
of this room.
crack the orb against the physical field?
It doesn't, because there's nothing physical there for it to actually crash against. There's just something preventing it from leaving the plane of the doorway.
Alright, well, let's try shining this thing at other things then.
Okay.
Like, maybe there's a reason to... Or can we shine the light out of the room if we, like, angle the beams right?
Where do you attempt this from? Where are you standing in the room when you do this?
Yeah, I'm gonna head back and kind of, like, set up a nice triangle facing out of the room
Okay.
now.
Zook gets out the fucking way.
Zook starts leaving, and then he's like, oh, fuck, wait!
He's short. You can go over his head. The beam does penetrate out into the darkness of the hallway, and as it does, it completely chases away these peripheral demons that you've been seeing traveling down the expanse. You also notice, though, that the nearest gold door is slightly different than the other ones that you've encountered so far. The ones that you've encountered so far have the room name on it in an unintelligible script, something that you doesn't seem like you can read. However, this door has many lines of script on it. And that's what you see when you illuminate the hallways, the difference in the gold doors here versus elsewhere in the compound.
So this closest one right here.
Mhm.
Hey Zook, come over here and hold this in the position. I'm going to try and see if I can read it because I know Infernal. So I'm kind of sidling against the wall so that I don't get lasered.
Okay. And standing on the wall, you see, it looks like the room name repeated in many different scripts, some of which you recognize, Infernal, for example. It has the same kind of thumbprint needle contraption that looks like it opens the door. But in Infernal, you read the script says, either side of the veil.
Either side of the veil. Okay.
Can we just kind of like leave these orbs here and like have the beam of light be going down the sides of one of the halls so that we can still go down the hallway?
What do you do with the orb?
I'm gonna try to like knock out one of the orbs in the wall that's lining the doorway and put this orb in its place.
Okay. When you knock out the one in the doorway, like tab on the map where you're doing this.
All right, I'm gonna do it like right on the corner here.
Okay. You could knock one of the orbs out of the wall here and make a space to place one, but you're not going to be able to shine through the hallway because this is a marble hallway all the way up to the doorway. You don't have a good angle of refraction around that corner.
So how exactly is the refraction work? Like, how do we need to place the thing such that it goes down in a line?
Well, what you
I feel like
when you place your lit orb in the spot, when you move your hands away, it stays suspended in air as soon as your hands leave contact with it.
Nice.
I think if you set up the triangle like over here, then that would work.
Yeah, that would work pretty well.
Yeah, sounds good to me.
Okay.
Which ones were you saying though? Because like I'm thinking like here.
Yeah, that would be fine.
Yeah.
The danger is you're shining this brilliant beam of radiant light down the hallway that deals damage if you contact it.
Right. That's why I was hoping to like kind of like angle it such that it's in one of the two squares of each four thing, not all.
Well,
of
here's
them.
here's what you're gonna get from putting it in this particular place.
Yeah.
Avoiding the harmful beam of light, just walking past it would be trivial. It's just kind of like ducking down under like a velvet rope or something.
Yeah.
If you have combat on those squares, they're
It's
going to
gonna
count
be
as difficult terrain.
Okay.
That sounds good to me. I don't know about you guys.
Yeah, that's all right.
Okay, and this counts for basically everything down the hallway. And Riot, the shadow people, the glow behind them becomes even more intense, as though they're lit up by the fires of hell.
And Riot is just like doesn't know whether to clutch her fork harder or her guitar harder, but she's clutching them both pretty hard.
And what's Nath doing at this point? Just hunkered down with his eyes closed still?
Yep, just sitting there, legs crossed, eyes closed, trying his best to relax.
You guys looking down the hallway can see formed up in this intersection here. They're all named Zook now. So every monster in this entire dungeon is going to be named Zook until the end of time.
No, Zook. You are all the demons.
You see 3 of these hollow men that are just kind of worrying at the edge of the private sanctum. They're not able to get inside of it, obviously, but they seem to be deeply interested in what is on the other side of it. This light does not seem to... I mean, you didn't catch any of them in it, shining the light down. So none of them are standing directly in the beam. They have the same ability to dodge it that you guys do. Other than that, it doesn't seem to be bothering them at all. So what's next?
Say, live and let live for now.
Yeah, their attention is definitely focused on what's in front of them and not what's off to their side.
And so, once again, the door that I'm sitting next to has the script. Again, what is it? Both?
Either side of the veil.
Yeah, and Mahogany, stepping in front of the door to the south there, you have a similar thing. There's many, many scripts listed on it, and whatever ones you happen to be able to read, you notice in the collection. And that one reads, become one voice among many.
That sounds horrible. Let's not go with that one.
That does sound horrible.
Let's check out this third one. What's that say?
Now, nobody's looked at that one yet, and it's unlikely you'll be able to get that close without alerting those three jabronis on the far
Well,
end there.
I mean, I already headed over there, so I mean, I'm still a cipher. God damn it!
Yeah.
That
All right,
one,
time to roll initiative.
that one reads "Joining hands in friendship."
No, it doesn't.
Yes, this is the one to go. We did it, guys! After all this time, we finally found it.
And all that hollering has grabbed the attention of these three.
Oh no, that was over the mind link, baby. That was directly into Riot's brain.
Roll initiative.
Yeah.
You guys inside the private sanctum can roll initiative as well.
Sure.
You're not able to go past the base of the stairs there, but you still have actions you can take. Every time I put together a dungeon like this, I prepare two text files. One with all of, like, the monsters in it, so I can cut paste into a scratch file to work with, and one with, like, all the room encounters. This one, the monster list outpaces, like, the room descriptions, like, 2-to-1, I want to say.
I'm not gonna lie, I thought you were gonna say every time I make a dungeon like this, I set up two descriptions, one for if any of the other characters read it, and a stupid one if Mahogany reads it.
That would be way too much work. You really overestimate.
Mahogany looks over at this door, he sees joining hands in friendship. Liberation goes over there, and it says, like, two darknesses become one or some shit.
Riot, what'd you get?
21.
21.
Oh, did I roll? Yeah, I did.
Right, you rolled that at disadvantage, right?
Oh, no, I didn't.
Okay. That's a
Thank you for
disadvantage because you're afraid.
Yeah.
Oh, yep. That's an ability check.
Yep. 11 then.
Right, it was a
Kelian.
ability check.
12.
And Liberation?
Liberation is on a 16.
Nath?
Nath acts at 11.
And Mahogany?
15.
And Zook?
10.
Sook.
I rolled a 5. What do you want?
Okay. This hallway has bright light beaming down it. These two adjacent hallways therefore have dim light coming off the sides.
Does it look like the shadows are like kind of trying to get away from the light, or do they not care about it much?
None of them are standing directly in the beam. They're not shadows to your eyes. You perceive them. They're just the hollow men that you've been fighting coming through
Alright.
the dungeon. Riot's perceiving them as shadows because she's afraid and looking through the fog wall of
Fear.
the sanctum. But they get to act first. All of these squares count as difficult terrain. You can move through them as if they're not, if you're okay with making a dex save versus the radiant damage of the laser beam. Which these guys are not going to, because...
Yeah?
because they have ranged weapons.
Oh, that's not the answer I'd hoped you were going to say.
Mahogany.
Yeah.
I got 6 javelins coming your way.
Oh, come on. What?
6 javelins. Alright, I got an 8.
No.
I have a 23.
Yeah.
Alright, let's do that one first.
Uh-oh.
11 points. Piercing damage.
Alright.
I got a 1.
Nope.
I got another 1.
Nope.
I have a 13.
Nope.
And I have a natural 20.
What?
You're going to get mad at me for rolling the natural 20 when I also have 2 1s. I say count your blessings, sir.
No, I thought you were going to say you're going to be mad at me rolling a 20 when I rolled a 6 die. That's almost a 1 in 4 chance.
Okay. 10 points of piercing damage as this hail of javelins comes flying down the hallway, and 2 of them find purchase in Mahogany.
Well, I hate that.
And it's not even your turn. Now it's Liberation's turn.
I'm gonna go to here, and I'm gonna dodge.
You gonna dodge?
Yeah,
Okay.
because I
Mahogany.
mean I've got hella movement, but not enough to get all the way up the road, the room without dealing with the difficult terrain.
You're able to like wall run and stuff though, aren't you?
Yeah.
I'll say you can wall run up over the beam if you want to take your full movement, but you'd still have to end your turn on the floor somewhere. And if you also have the ability to hover or fly or something over the beam, you'd be able to take your full movement then too. Because that's how the monk movement works, right? You can run along walls, but you cannot end your turn on one.
It would still take me 2 move actions to get all the way up there anyway. So.
And you'd rather dodge.
Yeah.
Fair enough. I will never fault a player for dodging. Dodging is one of those things I feel like players don't do often enough in this game.
I feel like assist people don't do enough.
We actually had
Especially
a long
to rogues.
discussion about assist last night in my other group. It was very interesting. Maybe we'll hash it out with you guys after the session. It's going to bring us to Mahogany. You're up.
All right. I'm going to... I didn't come up with something cool to do. I'm going to... Oh, fuck! I did! I'm going to shapeshift into a Radiant Elemental.
Okay. Do you still have the stat block for that? Because I don't have it handy.
Fuck no! I don't think you ever gave me one. I think you just said if you ever turn into one,
Okay.
we'll come
Here's what
up
we'll
with
do.
something.
Use the stat block for Fire Elemental and just instead of where it says Fire, use Radiant.
Yeah, you got it.
I did give you the stat block because at one point I did have the actual stat block for Radiant Elementals. Because they had that blinding attack, remember? You guys fought.
Oh yeah, we fought one. Yeah.
But I don't have them handy at the moment. So use the stat block for a Fire Elemental, just change the Fire keyword to Radiant. You'll be in the ballpark.
You got it. And can I use my my fitting through shapes thing to get my way down this hallway?
Yeah, that's fine.
I'm gonna go over there and I'm gonna beat the shit out of this Method Man. Just because it's cool, can we have the illumination instead of bright light be it sunlight because it's radiance?
No, it's very pointedly not sunlight.
Okay.
It's got kind
Radiant
of this ethereal glow to it, but it's a white light. It's not like a warm radiant light.
Okay. Well, I mean, it's literally a radiant light.
It does radiant damage, sure.
Alright, I'm gonna do some Method Man damage.
It's the kind of light you'd see come off like an anime pretty boy sword, if that makes sense.
Extremely radiant.
Khalil isn't in this game.
How's a 13 and a 20?
Yeah, he is.
13
He's
misses,
on this map.
but the 20 hits.
Alright. Actually, why did I avoid the radiant light? I'm a radiant elemental.
Yeah, you're immune to the radiant.
Yeah, I don't know either. I was just wondering the same thing.
Yeah, that's 10 radiant damage.
Technically, you're a radiant quasi-elemental. Let's be clear about that. Radiance is
I'm
not an
quasi,
element. It's a
but I'm fully radiant.
Yes.
Just quasi-elemental.
Quasi-elemental. Alright, so 10 points of radiant damage as you light this guy, literally light this guy up.
Literally light that guy up, yeah.
Staying put there.
Yeah.
Kelian. Mahogany is a large size elemental, but he's not offering any cover because he's intangible, so you can shoot through him.
Cool. I'm gonna do that.
Okay.
Certitude. Hey!
It's 24.
That will hit.
Do all of the numbers.
Oops. Okay. It's my sneak attack. It's 9. Oh, wow.
Wow! You're dead.
There you go.
2, 3, 4, 6, 7, 8.
Woo!
That's a nice arc.
That was a nice roll. Oh, you just...
Oh, that's still a nice roll.
Still a nice
Still
roll.
a very nice roll.
That is 47 damage.
Okay.
I'd love it to see a friend do good.
Hollow Man here is extremely bloodied as he reels back from this hit. Not quite fallen yet. Are you moving or staying
Hollower
put?
Man.
Staying put.
Now, is it your intent to end your turn? Because I see you're kind of like half behind the wall. Are you taking cover behind that wall there?
Yes.
Out of the edge of the beam. And your feet you want your feet on the glass orb side of things.
Until I start sinking, sure.
Okay. And you're not there's not like a sinking feeling. You feel the orbs kind of move under your weight, but there doesn't seem to be any real risk of them giving way as long as you tread lightly.
That is totally a Kelian thing, treading lightly.
Well, Kelian always feels sort of a sinking sensation.
So Nath, you don't see anything because your eyes are closed.
So, he said in Tabletop Simulator chat,
Yeah.
hey, I need to run and do a quick favor for a friend. On Nath's turn, he casts Frostbite at the nearest target.
Okay.
DC 19 Constitution saving. Or Constitution.
Who has the damage for frostbite ready?
It's 3d6 cold.
damage.
Well, he failed to save, so go ahead and deal some cold damage to.
Well, he said the nearest target, and Riot's right there.
I think we
That's
could be
7
charitable
damage.
and think he meant the nearest enemy target.
Cold damage, 7 damage.
Good old Method Man is done for.
Ugh, kill Stealer. It's not even here. and
Those spells can leave the private sanctum. Let me double check.
Shit, I wish I still had that stat block, because I'm pretty sure there was like a healing ability they had too.
The Radiant Elementals didn't have a healing ability, they had a blinding. Oh, maybe they did have a healing ability, now that I'm thinking about it. No, the Zegi had the healing.
Oh, that's right.
Yeah, the idea was they were supposed to blind you, and then the Zegi was supposed to heal you all to death.
Yeah.
Yeah, there's nothing that says a frostbite can't leave the sanctum. That's going to bring us to Riot.
Okay. Riot is. I can kind of see these things, right? Enough to target them with a spell.
Yeah, you can definitely see their positions. You just don't have. I mean, you have just kind of a foggy outlook on them because you're looking through the wall of the private sanctum.
All right, fair enough. I'm gonna target this one with a Sacred Flame. So that's a Dexterity check on its part. Dexterity saving throw. Sorry.
19.
Okay, so nothing happens. And Riot says over the mind, like, they're immune to radiant damage!
They're not! Trust
I
me!
just tried!
I'm extremely radiant!
That's going to bring us to Zook.
Zook. So what's the range on his shot? It is. Effectively any range. Wonderful. That's literally what it says here.
Inside of dungeons like this, range on bows and crossbows and things kind of isn't an issue.
Except for short bows.
Zook is going to take a position opposite Kelian and take a pot shot at Redman.
Okay. Roll it.
Actually, no. No, Method Man.
Yeah, I was gonna say.
That's 21 to hit. Actually, no, I'm sorry. That's a lot more than 21.
Well, I'm within 5 feet of it.
It hits.
Alright, so D8 sneak attack is at 10d6. Okay. So that's 8, 9, 10, or 6, 7, 8, 9, and.
Ooh, look
Yeah.
at me, I'm a level 20 adventurer.
39.
39.
Plus
sorry.
anything?
45.
There you go.
45. And he is also bloodied, as the force of Zook's bowl blasts that one against the back wall. But it still stands for now. And is Zook also taking cover behind the wall or staying in the open there?
Yep, he's gonna pop back behind cover.
Okay. Alright. Mahogany, your AC is...
Probably pretty low.
Like,
I will know in exactly 1 second as soon as I click the fire elemental tab.
Gotcha.
Oh crap! I changed that because I was looking up short bows. It's 13.
I got a 23 on the first hit.
Yeah, that's gonna hit.
Natural 20 on the second hit.
Well, Irene, if you say so.
First sword attack.
Yeah.
13 points slashing damage.
I have to ask: is that magical slashing?
It is.
Okay.
Second slash attack. 24 points of magical slashing.
Finally.
Second red man. The 11 doesn't hit.
No.
And a non-natural 20.
Alright, yeah, that'll hit. That would even hit normal Mahogany.
For 10 further points of slashing damage.
Ouch.
As they start lighting into you. Lighting, because you're, yeah.
I get it.
With the swords. And
Jokes.
Liberation standing in the hallway, you perceive this strangeness as they're just cutting apart this creature made out of light. You just see dark traces where their sword slashes through, and the radiance reforms. That's what injury looks like on a radiance elemental. Quasi-elemental. Sorry, I almost mis-elementaled you.
Extremely radiant, but quasi-elemental.
And Liberation, you're up.
Mahogany-like creature.
Did they take damage at the end of their turn? Being that close to a fire elemental /
Yes, they would.
Oh, okay. What's that?
And they would actually take damage for hitting me as well.
Well, you've got to tell me this. I don't have the stat block in front
Yeah,
of me.
no, Nick has to tell me because I don't remember anything. Okay, so each of them will take... for the hit, they will take 9. And for being next to me, they'll take 10.
Okay.
Those were good rolls.
This one burns to death in your light. The one that Zook previously shot. The other one looks pretty hale. I mean, I say healthy, but there's nothing healthy looking about these hollow husk men.
I mean, the other one's in good company. Most people burn to death in my light.
Liberation, can you finish this up?
It's a 5 feet space in between, or 5 feet to avoid getting light burned.
You have to stay away from me. Yeah, don't be directly next to me. But good news, you don't have to be anymore.
Yeah, no, exactly. That's what I'm gonna spend a key point to activate my lightning strike to give myself a little bit of a range here.
Okay.
All right, to be clear, this is a light-ish strike. My strikes are light strikes.
He said
It says
lightning. Lightning and radiance are different things. Don't get greedy. Although you could be a lightning element or quasi-elemental if you wanted to.
All right, so it's gonna be 2 hits that I can hit from there.
But you can't be an ice quasi-elemental because ice is a para-elemental. There will be a quiz.
16. How does a 16 do?
16.
Damn it! I'm gonna fail that quiz. I always get my quasis, my paras mixed up.
All right, I'm sure the 26 will do though.
26 will do, yes.
I also
I'm
can't
gonna
be
go
a horseshit para-elemental because that was Eldev.
I'm gonna go ahead and dump an extra key point into it to give myself an extra D10 of damage.
Put some stank on it.
Put some stank on it. Yep.
Some of that monk sauce.
For those of you at home, a para-elemental is where 2 elemental planes touch. A quasi-elemental is where an elemental plane touches an energy plane.
That's gonna be 18 damage.
18.
Nerd.
It's not ethereal if the planes don't touch.
Alright, let me find a button to mute Mahogany real quick. What am I supposed to do with that? Like, I can't just leave it there and walk away.
I think we just found the title for the.
Oh my god. Moving or staying put, Liberation? You're staying right outside the range of the glow there?
They put it right there, yeah.
It kind of feels like you're like pushed back in a corner from like 2 very hot and very intense sources of radiance. You're like,
Yeah.
it was real dark in here a minute ago. I don't know what the hell happened.
This is maybe worse.
Mahogany, you're up.
All right, let's go for some more buffets.
Some more buffets.
Yeah, I'm gonna buff it on this boy. No, I'm not actually. Those are 2 misses. Oh, 13. That's not a hit, right?
No,
No,
I
13
missed with
does
the
not hit.
16.
Yeah.
We're almost figuring out these things.
I'll just stand next to him menacingly.
Okay.
Because I'm not entering his turn, I guess.
I need a different color, actually. 10, 20. Yeah, we got plenty of movement here. And Mahogany,
Yo.
down the edge of the hallway where you weren't paying any attention.
Yeah, that sounds like me.
Two of the little bastards, the little horrible naked insect men, come skittering lightning fast down this hallway. I'm not even going to make them roll to hit. You're intangible. They literally can't grapple you.
No. If they try, though, they'll take damage.
And they do try. They absolutely try.
Yeah.
They both jump
Alright.
right into your square. How much damage do they take?
They take, one of them takes 5 and one of them takes 3.
Okay, well, they've got 1 hit point, so... so they explode into a spray of acid. Just like last week when you tried to eat one as a dragon. 15 points of acid damage from the first explosion.
Oh, no!
11 points from the second one. And Liberation, I need a... Oh, and my monster, I guess. Need to make a Dexterity 15 saving throw. Which my monster fails, so he's also going to take some damage. Oh, we got to make 2 of those, actually. He failed both of them. He's probably going to die right here.
Ugh,
Not
more
quite.
kill stealing.
How does a 23 do?
23 is a pass, but you got to make 2 of those.
24.
24 is also a
Or
pass.
was it-
So yeah,
yeah.
this acid comes splashing out of the radiant glow that is Mahogany, and it burns the
Yeah.
Hollow Man standing here pretty severely. In Liberation, you just manage to sidestep it. You just get out of the way.
People say that a lot.
I mean, Kelian, you're cognizant of these explosions happening down the hallway. And it's now your turn. Yeah, he's not looking too hot. If you can't kill him this round, I don't know what to say.
Probably means I rolled a 1. So,
Let's see that one.
I'll know exactly what to say.
No!
it's a 29.
Can you do less than 2 damage to him?
No.
No, he's...
Why don't you try before you get ahead of
You
yourself?
go ahead and put a bolt in him. And he dies.